Welcome to this video. We are going to be showing the mid-office control panel. Kindly note this control panel is for administration. So depending on the credentials that you are using, you're going to have access to different control panels. There's going to be one for administrator and there's going to be one for distributor. Today we will be reviewing the one for administrator. So on the left, you're going to have different tabs. If we start with the first one, which is called administration, as you can see, you are the company owner, so you're going to be able to administer the company, the agency, and the agents. You are also going to have the ability of creating both agencies and agents under your company. Now, the difference is that when you are creating an agency, each agency can have agents underneath. But the agency will not be able to brand the platform, so the agency will have to stick to whatever branding the company has decided. Same logo, same color, same rules will apply for the agency. The agency is not customizable as opposed to the company. Now, agents are going to fall under the rules of the agency they have been created under or the company they have been created under. Agents do not have access to a control panel. Agents cannot change the customization settings for the company. If you want to add an agency, then just click here where it says Add Agency. You're going to have to put all the information regarding agency name, YADA number, toll-free or phone, the email address, the currency code, agency address, postal zip code, city, country, and province. Once you save it, if you go back to agencies, you can type the agency name here and the list of all your agencies will display. If you want to create an agent, same process, just click here where it says Agents, select here where it says Add Agent, fill in all the information, first name, last name, login name, password, etc. Save, and once you go back, you will be able to see the list of all the agents you have created under the company. If you want to see the credentials of a specific agent, then just click on the eye on the right and the credentials will be shown. In this case, you'll be able to see the URL for the booking solution, the username, the password, etc. Now, this option here regarding active or not active, considering this is the administrator email, it should always be active. Otherwise, the platform, the whole URL for this company will be disabled. So make sure that whoever is the administrator is always showing as active on the control panel. Regarding FDLOC, it means floating deposit and line of credit. Once you have created agents under your company, you will have the option of deciding which agents are going to have access to the line of credit and which ones won't. Considering this is the administrator, obviously the line of credit will be enabled by default all the time, and that is the reason why you see no option here. For the rest of the agents, you will see options to give them the privilege of the line of credit or removing it. Let's continue on our tabs to our left. Registered users. It means all the people that have registered on your site. If there is a user that is doing bookings that are fraudulent or that you no longer want to be booking on your site, you can come into this part and disable that user. No longer active. When we go to look and feel, logo and icon, here is a place where you can brand, where you can decide what the branding of your company is going to look like. So agent dashboard, upload the logo. This is the logo that will go on the voucher and on the invoice. Client facing portal, upload the logo that will go on this part. And the fav icon. As per colors and style, these are the colors that we have set up right now and the colors that will change on your platform as well. The loader logo, this is the one that we have set up. So when you're doing a search on your site, the logo that will be displayed during that search is right here. Let's go back to manage chat. This references to the chat that you have on the bottom right corner. This chat is intended to be used between agents and customers only. If customers have been invited to the trip, then all of the participants can use that chat to communicate between each other and to communicate with the agent. If you don't want that chat to be on your site, you can disable it from your control panel. The widget code snippet tab. This code helps the company display the URL in the way they want to. So in this case, we have skybird.mybookingplatform.com. If the company would like to change the domain, let's say skybird.com, we can use this code right here, plus a file with some easy steps that the company should follow in order to display the URL in the way they want to. If we keep going down, the next tab is going to be booking engines. Here is where you decide which content you want to display on your site. Right now, on this side, we are displaying flights, hotels, cars, activities, tours, and cruises. If I were to decide to disable some options, I could remove them from here, save, and then once I go back to my site, the content would have changed. Now, we also have the option here for weddings and group events. We offer that because some companies are able to fulfill those requests. However, we do not provide this content. So if a company selects these two options and enables them on their site, if they ever get a request for either of these two, it will drop as an email to the agent and it will be on the agent's side to fulfill. Now that I have saved my changes, if I go back to the site and refresh, you will see that only hotels are being displayed. If I go back to my control panel, I can also display luxury hotels, which will be shown here under hotels on a separate tab as the VIP content. I can also decide whether I want my agents to have the ability of comparing prices with Expedia and Booking.com without leaving the site. If that's an option I want to keep for that company, I just need to select them right here. I can also show dynamic packaging, and I can decide whether I want to show the net price when I'm doing a search or if I want to show the gross amount. So for example, if I go back here to hotels and I make a search, on this initial part, I can decide what amount is going to be shown here. Is it going to be the commissionable rate or is it going to be the net amount? This price right here, that I can configure from my control panel. Now let's move on to the rest of the tabs. Suppliers. When I come here to markups, here is where I set by default the value that will be shown as agent commission. So when I come here to hotels, markup, the amount right now by default is 11.1111%. This percentage is applied to the net amount. That means when I come here to book a room, 11.11 of the net is equal to 10% of the final selling price. So the final selling price will be 26.28. Therefore, the agent commission is 2.63. If I want this amount to be a percentage or a fixed amount, I can do that from my control panel in this tab right here. Let me go back where it says flights. I can also mark up my flights. Please note that we can only mark up private fares. We are not allowed to mark up public or web fares. As per the rest of the content, for example, cars, cruises, etc., you will not have the ability of marking it up because the company gets a fixed percentage for this content. In this case, cars, cruises, tours, excursions, it will be a fixed percentage and the amount will be paid to the agent directly. As per the email templates, you can decide which emails you want to have enabled or not on your site. The email template logo is when you are inviting a customer into a trip, or when a customer is inviting his friends into a trip, whether they are doing it by email or by Facebook, there will be a logo embedded in that invitation. The place where I set up that logo is right here on the control panel. So this would be for email, and this would be for Facebook. Let me come back to my trip. And finally, the legal settings. These are the ones that we have by default. But if there's something that the company considers to be important, they can edit this document, add or delete information, and then simply click Save, and the details will be updated. So these are the main functions that you are going to have access to from the administrator control panel.